Welcome to today's episode of The Growth Zone. I am Christian Bartsch. What is the core benefit of listening to this show? Business leaders in corporate and privately held companies gain insights into trends and strategies that provide them with a competitive advantage in the marketplace. Each episode focuses on areas such as marketing, sales, innovation, or funding that is absolutely critical to the growth of companies, whether they are startups or corporate global players. Where management needs to juggle the challenges of market entries or knowing how to navigate the uncertainty of disruptive developments, mind feeding is where clarity evolves and helps solving organizational challenges. For those who listen to the entire episode, I have a special surprise gift. I'm also working on some great guests that are industry leaders in management, innovation, and marketing. And we will be talking in the future much more about the important trends that are affecting the way we manage our companies in the demand to being sustainable, more environmentally and socially friendly, and becoming more empathic leaders. So, let's get started on today's topic. Hello, and today's topic is Google's Lighthouse 10. Now, what is that? Lighthouse is, let's say, a kind of system or measuring system, monitoring system to identify which websites are better in performance. And I mean by performance, I mean how they load, how they react. So, for instance, if you go on a website, you click on a link and it takes ages to load, you become annoyed. Or, for instance, you've loaded it and you think you're ready, you're going to click on a form, and suddenly the website, this layout jumps because something was loading all the time whilst you were filling out the form on this page. And this design element, let's say it's a picture or video, suddenly jumps and messes up the whole experience. It's not really usually such an aspect of users when they surf with a desktop. But if you're trying to fill in a form on a smartphone and this happens, it's just so annoying. And you know that. And Google knows it as well, because it's just an annoying effect. And everybody will have expected this. Now, Google, of course, tries and says, hey, people, you need to improve as well your website, the way you design it and everything. Make it more user-friendly. Don't make it annoying. And that's what they've been trying to do. And Lighthouse is a little bit of a test system that helps you improve your website, checking out how it loads and what loads when and how things are structured. Now, Lighthouse 10 adds a few new aspects into auditing a website, which means we can audit the performance and see how we significantly can improve our website. Now, there's of course one aspect. If you're improving things, you can speed up a website by using CDNs, caching systems, plugins, all sorts of stuff. And of course, the structure of your website. In the last few years, we've always been telling, well, you should see that you put in the scripts and everything at the end of your page. Makes sense. Because, of course, things are being loaded first, and then you run the script to build everything together. Now, there's a little point to consider. And that's Google trying to reorganize its kind of measuring things. And until recently, they were always having an important thing of looking how things work. Now, there's an element that's called time to interact, short TTI. You can Google that. Time to interactive. And that means that Google is trying to change the way things are being measured. And they're moving this TTI, which represents 10% of the score, of your total score, towards the CLS. That stands for Cumulative Layout Shift. That's 25% now of the overall score. Now, what is this shift? Shift is, for instance, let's say your website is loading and you have an element, an image or video. And at the beginning, the website is loading and this video hasn't been loaded yet. And if that video has an effect on the way your website then looks once it's there, it creates a shift. Everything moves around. And that's a typical example, like with the form that gets moved around and becomes quite annoying. So you have to avoid this kind of stuff. And how do you do it? You can set a fixed size, because let's say you know anyway that it has certain measures, then set them ahead. This leads to the website reserving this space and holding the layout in a good state, which means by the time the video is loaded and becomes visible, your website doesn't jump because somehow the layout shifts up or right or left or down, whatever. And the users do not experience some kind of annoyance. Well, you could think, is that such an effect? Well, it is. Now, let's see what else is going to come with Lighthouse 10. We have to look at things, why are they actually doing that? So, when they measure websites and check everything, they go through millions of websites. And when they see that 10% of those pages would see an improvement in their performance score, with 50% of seeing a performance improvement of more than 5 points, then it means this whole shift thing is quite a significant thing. So it's worth bothering to fix that problem. Now, looking at cache. Cache is a way to store images and files that you're not constantly dynamically changing. And that means that, of course, we can have that kind of powerful tools to help us improve the performance. Now, in the past, browsers used to cache, and then, of course, providers used to cache websites and so on. But nowadays, things are a little bit different. Things have changed, and internet speeds are faster, costs are lower, and so things change. Now, a website that changes itself needs to be somehow kept in balance by your browser as it's loading. And so, of course, a browser might try to prevent certain changes. So the new Lighthouse audit actually navigates away from the test page and back again to test if this BF cache able or list the reason for it failing. Now, what is this BF cache? This is the back-forward cache, which is a powerful tool improving the speed. And yeah, it means that it skips all the page load that's not really relevant at that time and helps improve the speed. It's like looking forward into the future. Then we have, of course, Node. So Node users. Let's say you want to check certain things and you see that you have, you can use the Node library to check certain activities. There are different kind of things that realize that they're programmatic breaking changes, and you can see how to improve them. Now, Lighthouse ships also with TrueCrypt type declarations. You might have heard of TypeScript, and that's something really, really important that's going to be changed. And you can go and look at these things. I'll add as well the link to this page in the description, because certain things you might just want to look in more detail. Now, looking at that, you can imagine there are certain things that are adding, and you can use a variety of tools to improve your performance. So it's a mixture of on-page optimization, server optimization, caching, CDN, firewall, and other kind of proxy security. You can combine it all to improve your performance. And as well, of course, what kind of plugins you use, what you install, and certain things if you want to have the speed and you need it, you'll have to pay for it. Nevertheless, the costs are low compared to the benefits. So I hope this was a quick and short insight. Some things that you should maybe test as well for your website. Use a search engine optimization tool and test your site performance, audit it. Might be even the situation that maybe some links are even broken. Check those things, get them fixed, and Google will reward you. And that is the end for this episode. I'm keeping it very short today. See you soon. I hope you enjoyed today's edition of the Growth Zone show with Christian Bartsch. Thank you for listening. Please leave a review or rating here on iTunes or on podchaser.com. If you found the content helpful, then share it on social media, please. I would like to invite you to follow our show so that you don't miss the upcoming interviews with leaders in the market. Simply visit the website meetchrisbartsch.com. I will be adding the link into the description of this episode so that you just need to click on that link. On my website, you will also find the links to free templates. If you're looking for the books I have published on marketing, innovative technology, and sustainable business strategies, just simply click on publication to find my book list. The world is constantly changing in response to trends and events. As a business leader, you need to bypass the sandbanks that can hurt your performance. For those of you who are signing up to follow the show, I have reserved a few copies of my ultimate guide on content marketing and an ESG compliant cheat sheet. This is the strategy that got me top corporate clients like McDonald's, Linde, Hewlett-Packard, Deutsche Bank, Volvo, and many others. That strategy has been working for over 10 years and also got me contacts with police, transport authorities, military, and several universities, and even leading research institutes. For sure, it also worked wonders as it got me many small, medium-sized enterprises and international clients around the world. The link to sign up to our free broadcasting service and the guide is at meetchrisbartsch.com. That will give you access to the most recent versions of my ultimate guide on content marketing. You can follow me on Twitter by using the Twitter handle capbartsch. It's spelled CAPBARTSCH. Yes, that is CAP Bartsch, or spelled Charlie Alpha Papa Bravo Alpha Romeo Tango Sierra Charlie Hotel.